April 12th, 2004. Vassula speaks. Lord, I invite you and you answer me. You talk to me and everything around me blossoms instantly. When I am in trouble, you bend down to listen to me. When I call, you are quick to answer me. Blessed be your name. The Lord speaks. My Vassula, I have, since I restored you, given you a disciple's tongue, to preach, rebuke, discipline, and praise. I have breathed in you divine inspirations, coming from my heart so that you testify faithfully. Before I taught you, I espoused you to me, and have given you the grace of my presence. I have with joy given you access to my nobility, to delight in my presence. But lately I saw what I saw. The mind and whims of man come in my way as I advance. Among them I noticed that many have eyes that do not see. I have, daughter, crowned you with love and tenderness, filling your ears with wisdom's teaching for the benefit of those who now tread upon you. The one who treads upon you treads upon my instructions. Have they never learned that my chosen one is one with my message? Perhaps this does not enter their heads, that you were suckled on my bosom. The man who secretly slanders you, I reduce to silence. There is no room in my house for any proud heart. No liar keeps his post. Your presence is itself my message. We are collaborators. Since they are starting to cheapen my work, neglecting the path of wisdom, questioning my sovereign power for the one I chose to anoint with prophecy, I, as father, will lift my child away from those who harass her. Today I am saying, from now on I will keep my messages hidden for a while, since my call is not heeded, nor are my instructions lived. My presence in this way has not been appreciated either, and if I find it necessary, I will strip them from our visits as well. My Vassula, I have blessed you and anointed you for this apostolic mission. I have blessed you to grow perfect in my spirit, to grow tall as the cedars and the cypress, spreading your branches, foretelling you that I would breathe many more revelations in you. I have prepared you in my royal courts, and still freshly dripping with heavenly dew, I have sent you to be among all mankind. I have sent you to all of them as my own gift, carrying my teachings to be given to them, so that they benefit from them. But they have taken you and my teachings for granted. They have taken my words and the one who carries them lightly, many of them straining you uselessly, treating my gift inconsiderately, and as they pleased. Am I then not to intervene? I am going to deprive them of my faithful word through you, since their hearts have become gross towards you and my sayings. I had once said that if you harassed her, I would give her enough strength to overthrow you, reminding you that her severity will be my severity. I had said to everyone that you came from me and that I will be among you, and this sign will be shown on you. The footnote reads, prediction which came true. After 6 weeks I could hear his voice clearer. The Lord continues, so many times I heard this lot sneering behind your back, separating you from my message, with forked tongues spitting venom on you. Happy are those who were not in this lot, and had the decency to respect my teachings and their bearer. I will open the gates of virtues to them. And you, daughter, I tell you, my calls to you will continue. I will not deprive you of my presence. If anyone questions you on this testimony, tell them, honey was dripping from the comb all these years, but you were in search of other things. You have not troubled yourself to taste it. Far from being content with what I was offering, avidly you ran for the latest novelty, collecting a whole series of other messages, according to your own taste. Instead of listening to the truth, you turned to myths. The footnote reads, in our times there is a multiplication of false prophets, who are not sent by God, and yet are able to deceive people by mimicking God's messages. Their messages are printed in books. These people are living in illusions, and there are many in France especially. The Lord continues, I have planted this vineyard and named it True Life in God. I have not planted it high up on the mountains, but in the lowlands, to make it accessible to everyone. The days of reckoning had come. The days of reprisals were here. I came down to my vineyard, and I was passing through, and as I was passing through, I gasped and drew a long breath, filled with grief. Is this the place where 1,000 vines were to be? Concealed below the vines I noticed another growth, this of nettles and brambles, all of which were affecting my vines. Then a voice was heard coming from beneath the vines. Now I have access to build myself an imposing place, for out-rivaling others. Seized with indignation, I ordered my envoy to issue a decree in which I gave my authority to uproot all these nettles and brambles that were persistently plaguing my vines. I am the vine keeper, who will enter my vineyard when I please, and check its progress. I have shown to them my kingdom, and taught them the knowledge of holy things, but they have not given me full return for all the graces I have given them. I nurtured them, and they were not satisfied with the food I was giving them. I gave them drink, but in their folly they substituted it with mercury, yielding my glory to their own, although they once said, I will not yield God's glory to another one's. Yet they yielded my glory to self-glory. Now I shall plant the lowly in their place. Pride was not created for man. What has dust and ashes to pride itself on? And I, with my Holy Spirit, will keep visiting you in this tranquil manner. Just as blood runs in one's veins, continuously, with no exterior sound, so will we visit you. Remain cloistered in me, my Vassula. Signed, Iota Sigma. Jesus.